Worse. Motherfucker never loved her. Fucker never loved her. You ain't know now, you know now. Still at the scrub J's with a toothbrush.
Yes, y'all. We are back. It is the Unstable podcast.
What is it called?
Mike Hill, Guy Torrey, Steve Wilson, Claudia Jordan hanging out with you. That's right. The very definition of unstable, which we've been calling the show the last two times, the first two times we actually did the show, is prone to change.
Right.
So because we have a tyrant on the show that has to have his way.
A tyrant?
Well,
the militant midget.
We know who he
I'm
is.
just a marketing genius.
Yeah, well, he's So we have changed the name from Unstable. I don't know if you know this or not, Claudia.
I don't.
Yeah, well,
so y'all just went to change it without asking everybody?
Well, I'm sorry. It was forced on us. Come on, you've been knowing this guy for a long time. So explain the reason why we have changed it from unstable to unstable, Guy Torrey.
Please, Michael.
Because unstable is not a real word. And when you look at it marketing-wise, you look at it visually, when people are searching podcasts, the graphic grabs you like, what the hell is that? And that's exactly what we want people to do. It's like our show is unstable. It's not a real fucking, we don't make sense, but we make sense.
Right.
I feel like basically, you don't think we make sense?
We make sense, but we don't make sense. We're unapologetic. We're unfiltered.
So that's how we explain the apostrophe D at the end of
the apostrophe D, and that makes everything.
It worked for Punk, didn't it?
Good.
You saw Punk, you're like, oh, that's catchy. I want to know what the show is.
I have to admit, it kind of grew on me a little bit after a while. After, like it's one of those songs that you hear over and over and over again on the radio. The first time you hear it, like, I don't really like that. But then you hear it so much, and then it just grows.
But
a little bit of both.
Punk is short for a real word. Punk, you just took the E out, so apostrophe. Unstable, there's no such word as unstable.
And no such thing as punked either.
There is, with the ED at the end.
Exactly. It was phonetically done wrong. And
but
that's how
it's short for punked, which is a real
hold
word.
On. Now you said phonetically, I'm out. That was all right. Is it phonetically?
So here's the thing. We're unstable. Once again, prone to change. We could change the shit again next week. Who knows?
The show is unstable.
It's unstable. This is for this show. We are going to be unstable. Once again, it's Mike Hill, it's Steve Wilson, it's Guy Torrey on Unstable, and the very beautiful Claudia Jordan, once again, always has a fascinating week. I saw you on private jets going to Vegas this weekend. I'm talking about, you always have the life.
The last few weeks have been quite a ride.
Yeah. Okay. Tell us about it.
I was in the Dominican Republic, my girl Annie.
Did you get a ride?
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
While you were there? Did you get a ride while you were there?
Get a ride?
A ride.
I mentioned, and when you mentioned Annie last time, I got like 3 or 4 women in basically. So who's Annie?
Did you get your wig pushed back yet? Is my question.
Did I get my wig pushed back?
Yes.
What do you mean?
Yeah. Have you had sex yet, woman? Is what we
want to know. Why you in her business?
Exactly.
Seriously. Just because you're getting something, because you got a girlfriend now, you're getting it on the regular, you're going to just be in somebody's business like that?
You got a girlfriend for now until that DACA kicks in.
See that? You got like 6 months of happiness left.
Disrespectful. Very disrespectful.
Dominican Republic, there was no options in Dominican Republic. They have a very high rate of AIDS. I'm not just going to be with some random guy.
Plus, it's baseball season. All the players over here.
Exactly.
Exactly, right.
I'm not going to be at the waiter.
Right.
And then I went to Vegas last week for the fight, the week before. And then I was in Vegas this past weekend.
Are you ever home?
Home? But I saw the private jet, though, Claudia. You got to come on, man. Who you just...
Floyd.
Floyd just sent the jet.
And took me shopping. Look
at this.
$2,400.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
He wasn't even with us. So what happened was his assistant Kichi is a good friend of mine. So they were flying somebody else out here. This girl Rosa Acosta, and they said, "Do you want to hop on? You want to go with them?" And I was like, "Yeah." So I had Andy with me. Like, let's all go. And then they put us up, and we went to the strip club, and we had so much fun. We kind of celebrated Andy's
There was no call.
What strip club did you go to?
Hey, y'all want to go to Vegas?
No.
You got 3 brothers here.
You can't. The brothers can't go. It's women.
It was a girls' trip, and it was a really small private jet that could only fit 4.
No, they do at least 6.
No, not this one. This was the smallest one I've ever
I ain't
seen.
trying to go down like Aaliyah. Don't overstuff that. No, hold on. So I'm sorry, bro. It's been 10 years. I'm sorry. No, bro, that's what happened. They had too many people on the private jet.
Luggage.
Well, still luggage, weight.
It's
big people. I don't care. I love rest in peace to Aaliyah.
You would have packed the plane with your bullshit. That's why, know.
Wow.
So we did the strip club. Then the next day, me and the girls hung out. And then Kichi's like, we're going shopping. So he authorized. Kichi's his assistant. He authorized it. And we went to Neiman's and got a couple pieces, and
you couldn't text
So
us?
when Floyd sends you shopping, do you have a limit? Is there a budget, or you just kind of just go?
There's a limit.
There's a limit.
I'm not in there like that with him like that. You know
Do he
what I mean?
shop
Like,
with boys?
You're
too?
not
I'm
in bed.
there. No, I'm just like I'm the homie.
You're the homie.
Yeah, and then
so
I'll bring
what's the homie limit, and what's the other?
exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Like how much was spent?
Yeah,
Should I talk about that?
I mean, we won't. This is
homie
now
limit versus
unfiltered,
the
right?
put out
Because
limit.
your shoes were $2,400.
I spent like $6,000.
Wow.
And the private jet.
And
Go in
the
there.
private jet.
And Andy got something too?
Same thing.
I can't mess with that.
And I know they're good liquor. On
What-
the-
what-
on the- yeah.
No, but he wasn't hitting on us at all. Like we
No,
went
no,
to,
we know that.
So we went to his house after the strip club, and we all like. I have a whole different perspective because before I knew him,
Right.
I would assume all the girls in the entourage or the harem were girls that he just like was fucking them all. Like,
No, I
we
knew
thought
that.
they were.
No,
We,
that's what I
it
thought.
seemed like it was like, oh, those are thoughts, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I've been around it and I've been part of it myself,
This-
I see that it's just like he likes having people around
just
him.
like having
And they're
beautiful
smart
women around.
girls.
Yes.
They're not,
Even-
they're not like dumb chicks either.
Well, even the girl upstairs with the real big titties, that's a
Right.
smart girl?
Right.
Just with the big titties?
Yeah.
Okay.
And see, I like doing that too, like having like a lot of beautiful women
Most of-
around me,
yeah,
and
most-
a lot of people think that I'm screwing. I'm not screwing.
Well, you're supposedly you're
trying to
Trying
prove it.
I'm not what? I'm
Come
not.
on.
supposedly you're a reformed whore, right?
Well, I am a reformed whore. I am.
Okay.
I will admit that, and I'm just a better person.
But that's-
So
but
So
I
when's the
still
last
like
time you
having-
had sex? When's the last time you had sex?
Last time I had sex was
Did you mention
was
the one
it
upstairs in the
myself or
bathroom?
with another woman?
Last time you had sex with a woman?
Last
What
time I
about
had
the girl upstairs in the bathroom during break? You know you go quick, Mike. Quit
Hey,
playing,
bro,
man.
you know what? Hey,
How do
3
you
minutes
know?
is all I know. That's
I'm gonna
that's
tell
all
you
I
right
know,
now.
right?
I'm gonna tell you right now with that shirt on, he ain't catching nobody.
We in the
Really, he in a Charlie Brown sweater, and he's really with a salmon sweater that don't even fit. I mean, like, come on, man.
You look like a coach for the Detroit
I mean,
Lions.
seriously, like, with the collar, really? Come on, you gonna talk about me with?
I'm just
not-
saying,
okay,
man.
All right, okay.
So you're not answering
Let's
the
get back to
question.
this limit.
When's
This
the
homie
last time-
limit.
when's the last time you had
When's
sex?
the last time I been waiting on Annie, to be honest with you. I'm
Okay.
saving myself for her.
He ain't answer the question, nigga.
But you didn't answer the question. You tried.
When's the last time I had sex was about 2-3 weeks ago.
You're right. Don't lie.
lying.
Don't lie.
It was about 2-3 weeks ago.
2 or 3 o'clock.
Hurricane Irma about to get you.
Wow. Let's move on. Hey, so she was in Vegas, but you know, he had a good week when you was there for Vegas for the fight with McGregor
You
and
brought
Mayweather.
him, you brought him some love.
I had-
you
I had fun.
and Mayweather did his thing right
did.
now, but you know what? Luckily, you didn't get detained by the LVPD, the Las
What?
Vegas Police Department.
Why?
Because Michael, you heard about Michael Bennett? You heard what happened to Michael
Oh,
Bennett?
yeah.
Yeah, so it's a really sad situation with Michael
Yeah.
Bennett. You know, he's got harassed by the excessive force last weekend at the casino. He heard some gunshots, so
Awesome
everybody started
segue.
running. Yeah, that's what I do, man. I'm a professional with this. So you see how I get into this shit? I got to continue to move on. That's what I do. Says the cops sought him out because he was black, and they pulled guns on him, threatened to blow his effing head off if he moved. Said he
You
was
can say the
helpless.
words.
Said he was terrified. I'm a professional. I'm gonna let you say the word if you want to say effing. What does effing mean?
Fuck. Oh, it's vodka.
What?
It's 50 cents vodka. Effing vodka.
Effing vodka. Said he
I was
felt
like,
helpless. He said he was terrified, thinking he would die. He actually had a news conference recently, and this is what he had to say.
I think a lot of people, as a black man, you fear sometimes what could happen to you, the possibilities, if you're in the wrong situation at the wrong time, and you hope and you wish that everything that Martin Luther King said or the people before me, we hope that you be judged on the content of your character, not the color of your skin, but sometimes you get judged on that, and that's the reality that I live in. It's this when people ask why I sit down, and this is why. This is the things that I go through, what people go through that look like me, or people that's going through something differently.
He actually got really emotional and walked off the podium afterwards because everything that's going through his head right now. And remember, Michael Bennett is one of those guys in the NFL that's basically taking the torch or the baton from Colin Kaepernick, and he's kneeling. So he said it basically seemed like the police saw him, maybe sought him out. They was running behind him, and everybody else was running too,
Right.
because you hear gunshots. That's what you're going to
That's
do,
what
right?
black people do anyway.
Right.
And he
White
said-
people go, look, who's shooting?
They run towards the fight.
Exactly. Who's shooting? I'm going to call the authorities.
Claudia
Get your
get
ass out the
confused. She
way.
don't know what to do. She don't know whether to run or stay. Like, what's going on?
Claudia
I know.
get confused.
I mean,
I'm like Frogger.
you're caught between.
I am.
And then our producer as well might be caught between too. Jerron, it's like because he's from Orange County, so
Yeah.
he
yeah.
But he's full black though, right? You ain't cut with somebody
He
drunk.
cut with something, man. He's like a dirty beach.
You all black, really? I thought you
Really?
He ain't all black.
I thought you stepped on.
Being biracial sometimes though, it does fuck you up. Like a lot of times, like there's the black thing to do, and then there's the white thing to do. Like there's black Claudia, and then there's white Claudia.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like sometimes I'm like, oh, they bullshit. Let me go get out of here. Let me get out the way. And then sometimes the white side, like I'll be like, on vacation. It'll be by some woods. I hear some noises. I go towards the noise, or I try to pet wild.
You are curious.
I try to pet wild animals all the time.
I saw you when you went to the Dominican Republic. I saw you looking for some kind of turtle or something like that.
Well, me and Annie, there's two biracial girls together. We try to go catch a wild turtle.
She'll go towards the noise and bring macaroni salad. A white people dish.
All right, so back to Michael Bennett real quick. So he might sue the police department. He was very upset about that. The Las Vegas Police Department basically said that it wasn't because he was black. They would just,
they always say that. Of course they're gonna say that.
And they basically said he looked suspicious or whatnot because he was kneeling down by one of the slot machines or whatnot. And then when they saw him, he started running.
He fit the description.
He fit the description or whatever. But the thing is, it's like, okay, well, if you run, the police are running behind you, you kind of understand if they detain you or whatnot, you do. But the problem I have is the excessive force afterwards. Right. Why do they have to put a gun to his head?
They put it in his back
because he's an NFL football player.
He's a
big black ass dude. So when they feel threatened when someone's like me, they wouldn't pull out anything.
They pull out 22.
They'll blow the whistle.
Keystone Cops to my ass. But you got a big black guy like that who, half shaven and they're going to do that.
Half shaven?
It's not right. I mean, his beard. He got like a nappy ass Anthony Hamilton beard.
I will admit, when I first thought about it, people know who Michael Bennett is because he's doing what he's doing right now. And plus, Colin Kaepernick speaks out against the police officers or whatever. My thinking is, and this is just conspiracy theory, throwing it out there on the wall right now. Maybe they saw him as like, there he is. That's Michael Bennett. I'm just saying. It could have been. I don't know the two cops. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. But I'm thinking it's like, well, did they seek him out because of his stance right now with the NFL and what he's doing in protesting of police, ironically, police brutality?
Well, we got some audio from his brother.
Okay.
Let's hear that.
Martell.
It gets emotional when you think about it, like overall, but yeah, like sometimes like a hug is the best thing you could give, and it's just, I mean, I don't really know, really, you know what I'm saying? I don't really have the answers, so you just think, what if, 2 seconds this way, 2 seconds that way, the whole thing is different, so for me, it's just, I'm just be happy to see my brother, because there's a chance that I couldn't see him.
That's a damn shame.
Wow.
Yeah.
These police
brother
officers
got choked up.
They're acting like terrorists when it comes to black men, black people. They're terrorizing Black America.
But that's what they want to do because Donald Trump ran just like our Hitler did, put fear in people. Like the white people are losing their power and authority, so he instilled that fear with Mexicans and losing our country and do this and that. So now it's trying to turn the tables.
I think last year was the first year that there was less births of white folks than deaths. So like there's less people being born. Like their birth rate is going down. Mm-hmm. And they say the whole thing about making abortion illegal is really more about preserving white life.
Wow.
Because it's a lot of white women that go in and get
white
abortions.
lives matter. I want you to know that.
So
that's the biggest fear is that they feel like they've been the majority the entire time.
Right.
They are in fear of becoming the minority in this country.
Which they already are. If you add up everybody else.
If you add up all the minorities.
Because the only person, and that's a word I hate. I can't stand the word minority because the word to me created to make you feel less than. Because the only people who are not a minority are white men. Even white women are considered minorities. So I don't use that word considering myself.
Well, you are a minority.
It's like, no, I'm not a minority. I'm sorry. There's nothing minor about me. Okay, maybe my
Well,
dick.
Other than that, that sweater,
you are 5'6".
that hat on top of your big ass head.
I got big balls though.
Too much balls, not enough dick.
He's got a whistle.
I'm built like a whistle.
You got a whistle.
I'm built like a whistle. Come blow on it then. Claudia.
I've heard your balls clack.
That's right. Big balls.
Everybody's heard guys' balls clap. If you've been around guys long enough.
Ray called me and told me they clap.
Oh, speaking of that, okay. Ray Lewis. So speaking of that, we was talking about what he said, Ray. I'm just saying, all right, so, Kaepernick is the guy that, Michael Bennett took the baton from and whatnot, and Kaepernick actually came out and tweeted something in support of Michael Bennett with his situation. Well, Ray Lewis went on Inside the NFL. He actually works for me over at Fox now. He went on Inside the NFL and said that Kaepernick would have had a job in the NFL. The Ravens would have signed him if it wasn't for Kaepernick's girlfriend.
Right.
Did you hear about this?
Yeah.
I heard they was working the back channels.
They were working, yeah. So
to get Kaepernick signed with the Ravens.
They were working the back channels?
Right, the back channels.
Okay. So apparently there was a meeting, and they was thinking about signing Kaepernick because Joe Flacco, their starting quarterback, had some back issues.
Right.
And so they was talking about it with Stephen Bisciotti, who's the owner of the Ravens. And he was talking about it, and then right after they were talking about maybe pulling the trigger on it, the tweet comes out from Cap's girlfriend, where you remember Steven from Django Unchained, Samuel Jackson's character, where he's hugging Leonardo DiCaprio. What is this, Candyman?
Candyland,
hugging the slave master or whatever. Yeah. And then there's another picture of Ray Lewis hugging Bisciotti the same way, and she put them side by side, basically saying that Ray Lewis was a slave and that Bisciotti, the owner of the Ravens, was a slave master. And Ray, according to Ray, that is the reason, when that came out, the reason why Kaepernick didn't get signed.
Well, maybe Ray Lewis was just kissing that guy in the neck, right?
Maybe it wasn't a bad deal.
I don't think it was a racist thing.
What are you alluding to, Claudia?
I don't think it was a racist thing. I think it was
First of all, if that's the reason why they didn't sign him, that's petty as fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
You blaming his girlfriend?
I think it's an excuse.
I think it's sensitive. I mean, come on, Ray. I mean, come on, dude. I mean, you just big NFL player. I mean, don't be a little punk down. Don't be sensitive now because his girlfriend tweeted something. It's not like his wife, but he did it. And to me, that's soft.
Did you say that when he took you on a dinner?
Hey, man, I'm just you take me no damn dinner.
What y'all alluding to? I don't know what you're alluding to. What's this? I'm kind of lost.
Some bullshit that Steve
No, he played football. A guy went to the game. He was a good fan.
Well, we all went to his celebrity bowling event in Baltimore, and Guy and I, we hung out.
Yeah.
We had
some inappropriate shit going on. That shit that black men don't do to other black men that I was uncomfortable with.
Well,
your hands are so soft.
Let's just say
like a lady.
Let's just say we both ran.
Yeah.
We both ran interference, and there was a lot going. Was it Lil Zane was there?
Yeah, Lil Zane was there too. And
it
was just a weird ass
weekend.
weekend.
I found out that Guy Tour is cuter than we thought. That's all I know.
Hey, remember, get back on the bus before I fuck you in the ass. Remember that?
What?
Not to me. That wasn't toward me. That was toward.
And that wasn't Ray Lewis. He didn't say that, but there was someone there that
said that to another guy that was in the whole crew, and I was like, dude,
there was a lot going on.
So where'd
but to be honest, if that's the reason why they're not going to sign Kaepernick, come on, Ray. You better than that.
Especially Ray Lewis, like he's gone through, being
a lot of shit
murder, and he got off. Like he should understand the whole second chance thing.
Exactly.
Right.
And then he's a man of God, and I think that he should be able to separate what someone's girlfriend or mate does. That shouldn't reflect on Cap.
And maybe it hit a nerve. So maybe you do feel like that, dude.
Well, I don't really think it went down. I think I don't know what happened in the back channels, like you said, but I think Ray may have been a little upset because that did come out.
Get over it.
Talked about being
That's
like
exactly
that.
what it was. That's all it was.
When people are, called certain names like Uncle Tom or whatever, or kissing up to slave masters or whatever.
Like I said, if you're offended, then maybe it's fucking true.
So, all right, but let me ask you this question. Should your significant other, should your man or your woman have a say-so? If they do say something, should that cost you an opportunity?
Absolutely not.
You don't think so?
You could be in a relationship that's about to end, and that person could be sabotaging you, and you got to take that L because that person...
And what if you married to Jada Pinkett? You don't never know what's going to happen.
But it's happened a lot. It's happened to Glenn Rice, remember, when he was with the Lakers, and his wife was...
Miko Grimes.
Tom Brady with Giselle.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't hurt Tom Brady, but people started talking about it because Tom Brady's Tom Brady. But if you're on the cusp of needing something, it could hurt you. If you're one of those people that's like a player that they're trying to make a decision on, it's going to hurt you. Like Giselle coming out. Remember in the Super Bowl when the receivers were dropping all the passes?
She said he can't throw to himself.
Yeah, he can't throw to himself or whatever. But it made news. And when Giselle came out and said something about Tom Brady and concussions, that made news, but it's not going to harm Tom Brady when it comes to his status on the football field.
What do you say to your spouse? Are you happy that they're supporting you, or do you say shut the fuck up?
I don't know. Well, Stephen A. Smith actually had this to say about the situation.
I see a tweet that comes from his girlfriend depicting me as a slave owner and Ray Lewis as a house slave when this dude was in the back room trying to get the man signed. I'm not signing that, brother. Go kick rocks. You can get the hell up out of here.
Come on, Steve.
I don't give a damn about all that. You gonna go somewhere. You don't have to.
Even though it was his girlfriend and it wasn't him,
I don't care.
it still bothers you that much?
It's on you. It's on you. It's on you. You know why? Because she didn't just issue the tweet. We heard nothing from Colin Kaepernick. We heard nothing that said, wasn't me. We heard nothing that said, I don't vibe with that. I can't control my lady. She's a woman. She's a grown woman. She has the right to do what she want to do, but that's not how I feel. We saw nothing of the kind.
Now, Stephen is my guy, man.
My guy, too.
And that's my friend, but he wrong on this one. Fuck
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
That's another sensitive issue. Come on, man. You niggas need to man up. I'm just going to be honest. And Stephen ain't my man 50 grand.
Right.
My man 50 grand. But on this one, he wrong on this one, man. You can't. That's petty to me.
I think people are being
That's
a little
petty.
unrealistic. Like, in real life, are you really, Stephen A. Smith, going to check your girlfriend if she said something that you
no, he ain't.
Because you're going to have to go home and deal with that woman. That's your mate.
That's
single.
who you win. Listen, that's single man talk. That's all that is. That's single man bravado that ain't dealing with real issues. You're not going to go home and check your woman.
You all going to have a conversation with,
you can have a
coming
conversation
from you,
with
right.
your woman.
Because you're that type of dude.
So, guy, I'm kind of getting mixed issues.
You built a little bitch like that.
So here's the thing. Coming from a divorced nigga, if you pay attention to your woman, she'll be home.
And I'm divorced because I put the shit down and couldn't handle it.
You divorced because you ran your goddamn mouth and she left. Now, if you respect her and then don't talk to her, if your woman's supporting you and she run her mouth a little bit too much,
who runs your damn relationship?
You bag it up, huh?
Who runs your relationship? Not you. You gotta call your woman every 3 seconds and what the fuck you gotta do. Nigga, so let's not even go there.
No.
Every 3 seconds. Let's see what Carly gotta say. Let's see what Carly
respecting your partner.
Can I breathe today? Let me see if Carly let me breathe today.
No.
Come on,
let's keep it real.
I'm keeping it 100.
It's called respecting your partner. If you respect your partner, you don't get divorced.
I respect my partner.
No, you don't, because you got half your shit gone. If you respect your partner, half your shit ain't gone.
Okay. Well, half my shit gone, but I tell you one thing. I ran my relationship. You don't run yours.
You ran your relationship into the ground is what you did, nigga.
Yeah. You don't run yours.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on here.
You don't run your shit. She run you all day long on the store. But you built bitch like that. Right, yeah. So it happens.
When you build bitch like that, you built happy. You go home and be alone.
You
go home and be alone.
You ain't happy? You lost.
Hey, Claudia. So, all right. So you've been in the business for a long time, very successful. You host a lot of shows.
Oh, shit.
If a man tried to speak out on your behalf, how would you feel about it? Would you have a conversation with him? And could he?
If he spoke out on my behalf, I'd probably like it because I feel like a lot of people just don't. You know what I mean? I feel like that's support.
Exactly.
You know, I would like that, but I mean, no one's going to run my career but me. But I will, if I'm with someone, then I care about their opinion. I care about what their perspective is. And I think that they probably speak up for me because they're defending me. They have my back.
All right, let me flip it around. So let's say you're the woman in this situation. You're Cap's woman and you got his back, right? Cap needs a job. Cap wants to get back into the league, and he knows that anything somebody's going to use as an excuse to keep him out of a league. If he came back and said, hey, babe, I need you to keep your mouth shut on this. I need you. And then he came out and said, hey, you know what? Those are her views. If he came out publicly said, those are her views. That's not how I feel about the Ravens organization. How would that make you feel?
I wouldn't get mad because we probably have a conversation like, babe, this may hurt me. So, and I would understand that.
But a conversation's going to happen.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it. And if that's what he wants me to do, then as his woman, I have to support that. You know?
Okay. All right. Well,
I'm not going to be reckless with my dude, especially I need him to have a job because I'm tired of those days are over. And I'm 44 years old. The Kelly Blue Book value is going down, so I need to snatch something up quickly. I'm very agreeable these days.
You got to have him to have a job. All right.
You got a Carfax.
Our producer,
wouldn't that be great though if you had women that like women and men had a Carfax, if you had a Blue Book value or whatnot, right? You know what I'm saying? You got to talk about the maintenance that you've gone through, or whatever, the miles that you have on. You got to be truthful about the miles that you got on your.
We'll never do that. Let's not go that far.
Well, if you said you had 20,000, that means 60,000.
The answer always divided, always multiplied by 4.
By 4. I say 3. I say 3. So if you do that, is that so?
Listen. I told the guy I married I told him the most about me, and he used that so much against me, and then he multiplied it. And I don't recommend any woman gives a man that ammunition. I just don't think it's. Why do they need to know that? It's It's always going to be one too many. It's never going to be the answer they want to hear. So what?
They don't want to know.
Exactly. Never ask a question you don't want to know.
I never want to know. When I'm with somebody, I always say, look, you know what? I don't care who you've been with in the past, as long as your past doesn't come into my present or my future. Yeah. If this person is in the room with me and I'm having a conversation with them, I need you to tell me that, you guys been together. If I'm working with this guy in the future, I need you to tell me, give me the heads up before, he gets upset with me and say, that's why you know what I'm saying?
Don't have me looking stupid on these streets.
Exactly. You sitting there with Stephen A. Smith and he done smashed your woman. No, that ain't no.
Well, I've worked with a couple of guys like that. That's actually happened.
You smash a woman?
Yeah. Well, we smashed each other. We've crossed paths.
But in LA, it's such a small world. Like it's so easy to find out. Like, God damn, you was with another one of my friends. Like,
Black Hollywood.
And I don't play that game. I mean, growing up in St. Louis, man, me and my boys had a pack, but we never mess with each other's exes. That's just we don't get down like that.
No, you don't do the exes. You don't know, but you don't know.
But it's a different code for some niggas.
But what I'm saying is you don't know. Like sometimes I could be working with somebody. Like if it's my boy, so I probably would know. If you see me with somebody and I'm bringing her around, you would know that. But I'm talking about if I work with somebody who's like associate, but not necessarily my boy.
All my girls are black, Mike. You ain't messing with them.
Wow.
Mike, you don't like black women?
I love black women. I'm married to black women. I'm married.
Two. That's why he ain't going back.
Two. Yeah, I'm married too. I've been divorced.
Divorced too?
I've been divorced twice. I'm a two-time.
Yeah, Steve.
I've been divorced twice. Exactly.
It wasn't his turn.
That's right.
Wait. So you've been married twice?
I've been married twice. Been married once.
Right. Once?
He's been engaged to a stripper that was a prostitute that was.
No, I asked her to marry me. She said no.
She was 17.
A stripper said no? Wait.
She was 17.
A woman who dances on a pole for 17, 18, 19, 20 dollars thought that was a better deal than marrying you and wifing. Wow.
No.
Kill yourself.
Let me explain. Mike Hill's not telling the truth. What happened was
he's unemployed.
I moved her in with me, and I didn't know that she was a former prostitute. And I had asked her to,
But you met her on Backspace page. What do you mean?
After I paid for it, it's different. No, but listen, so we were sitting on the couch and we had just made love and she was, just telling me a story. And I actually thought she was joking because I'm a comedian. And she was like, you treat me so good because my last man was a pimp. And I was like, you're so crazy. And then I saw the tear and I was like, oh shit. And then that's when she told me that she used to be on drugs and she was a prostitute. And then I broke up with her.
What kind of drugs are we talking?
She was on crack.
Yeah, she was on crack.
She was like my father.
Steve has had a horrible life. His father was on crack. His father stole his bicycle after he had just gotten
First of all, that was a long time ago.
I know, but also he had a baby for 8 or 9 months that actually wasn't his.
9 months.
9 months.
And his uncle used to smoke crack with Rick James and beat him for entertainment.
Yep, and grandmother used to throw piss on everybody.
Why does crack just keep showing up in your life? You mean
First of all, everybody in this room got crackheads in their family.
No.
Everybody in America got crackheads. You got crackheads in your family.
Not crackheads.
Your brother Joe. Listen, I'm just joking. Look, he put his head down. Like, no, everybody got crackheads in their family.
No, we don't.
Everybody?
Maybe not in your immediate family, but you got a cousin that's a crackhead.
No, I don't. My mom and dad
everybody
got children,
everybody
so
got.
no.
Really? You ain't
yes.
Wow, you ain't got no cousins?
No, they're not like that. No.
You're from St. Louis and you don't have a crackhead in your family?
I grew up in St. Louis.
Exactly.
You grew up in St. Louis. I mean, okay, so your family's from St. Louis, right?
So nobody did crack in your whole family.
And they got crackheads in Mississippi. Where? Mississippi and where?
No.
And where?
South Carolina.
South Carolina? Yeah, they got crackheads down there. So they got winos. There's more winos in the South.
They may be slaves, but they ain't crackheads.
So, Stephen, you've had 2 crack affiliates in your family.
More than that, but that's different. This is Buffalo. Small towns. Yeah, I got probably about 5 or 6 crackheads.
Was your mom on crack when she had you?
No, nigga. Where did that come from?
I'm just saying. Didn't you say your mom was like? Did she?
No, my mother's a reverend. My mother.
That don't mean shit.
But that's usually how it starts.
No. My mother never did any type of.
Oh, I know. I love your mom. Your mom's beautiful. Okay. But I thought you said that
no, just my father.
Which moms did you meet?
Your mama. Hey, you know what? Speaking of meeting people, it's time now to get some of that weird news, and I got a story about this meeting. All right, so and it's a very shitty story, Claudia. I gotta let you know right now. All right, so a man and lady met on Twitter, right, over in England. They went on a date. They went to a Portuguese restaurant. Went back to his crib, right?
It's going bad.
She had to use the bathroom, right? She went to the bathroom. She had to do number 2.
Ooh.
She went and do number 2. Tried to flush the toilet. Toilet wasn't flushing.
Oh, that's terrible.
So I guess she got embarrassed. So what she tried to do is she got some toilet paper and reached inside of the toilet stool
picked up the doo-doo.
and picked up the doo-doo and picked up the turd. Had nowhere to put it because the toilet wasn't flushing. Couldn't put it in the sink. Couldn't put it in the garbage.
That's the worst
so she
Bill
tried
Cosby
to throw it.
ever.
I wasn't trying to do Bill Cosby.
He cursed.
He did. He cursed.
Corporate Mike.
See, man, it's late, man.
Corporate Mike.
Don't mess with me right now, man.
Let
Okay.
him do the story, Steve.
All right. So yeah, let me be a professional. You ass.
He cussed twice.
Ooh.
You cussed it.
Okay. She tried to throw the turd out of the window.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is it was a double pane window. So it got caught between the two window panes. So she goes back out, tells the guy, hey, you know what? This is what happened or whatever. I guess the guy was understanding. You know, he went back in there, tried to get the turd out by lifting her up and had to put her upside down to go down and grab the turd. The problem is she got stuck.
Yeah.
She got stuck between the two panes. They had to call the fire department, break the window pane, got her out. So they had a GoFundMe page because it cost them $350 to fix the window pane, and now they got over $1,000 in the GoFundMe.
All that tells me is she's thick. If he went through all of that, she thick as hell. If all of that, somebody doo-dooed and put it in your window, you ain't kick her out. That girl is thick.
You gotta she gotta help you get it out, right?
After you kick her out, she's crapped in your window.
Did they stay together? I mean,
he said he would go on another date. He said he's been busy, but he said he would go on another date with her.
You know what that tells me?
What's that tell you?
He got a lot of fuck shit going on in his life. If that doesn't scare him off, like, she might want to run. He might have a body somewhere.
He must be related to Steve then.
Would you go to somebody's place on the first date if you had to go really bad? Let's say Caribbean food or something that didn't agree to
I'll do it at the restaurant, but it'd be tough to be at their house and do it. Like, I'd be like,
what's the earliest you've gone to somebody's house and done number two?
Damn. I don't know.
No. I mean, you piss in the bed all the time, though, right?
I have pissed in the bed. It's been a while.
What happened?
Well, she does.
I pissed in the bed as an adult a couple of times.
Yeah, with the guy, and she told us that on the other podcast. Were you paying attention?
My 4-year relationship, I told him, listen, this might happen. And, you know, I dream really deeply.
Yeah. He dreams very deeply.
I work hard.
She dreams very deeply.
I mean, you used to work. You know how that thing long hours, you're tired.
Yeah, Steve, how's the job front? How's the unemployment going? You get your first check yet?
I work at Arby's now. I don't care what y'all say. I'm doing good.
No.
Life is wonderful. Life is wonderful. I don't need a job.
How's the girlfriend?
The girlfriend is spectacular. Life is good. I don't need money. Money is something y'all need. I don't live like that.
That's what homeless people say.
Those are the people that don't have money say, I don't need money.
I don't need money.
I'll be feeding you soup soon.
Who needs a job?
But they met this. All right, back to the story. They met each other on Tinder. Now, you got a girl. Would you ever do Tinder?
No, I would never. I don't need to.
Okay.
Well,
Would you ever try?
I just got on there, actually.
You're on Tinder now?
Yeah.
Stop it.
I don't need to.
Jerron, our producer Jerron is looking you up right now. Jerron was over here. Our producer's already pitching woo.
You should see the people that hit me up. Like,
oh, please let me see.
Why are you
please.
on Tinder, Claudia?
Because I have a boyfriend.
Why would you don't need to be on
But
Tinder?
you're a dime
I
piece.
don't. It doesn't matter. I still have issues. I meet the guy that's not emotionally ready. He's great. And then there's something missing. At least I know the guys on the dating sites are ready to have a relationship. I get the guys that look great, everything's fine.
Trying to fuck.
They're not ready.
They trying to fuck.
All of us are
Period.
damaged, just so you know that. All of us walk
Everybody
around
in
with
the world
PTSD.
damaged.
We're damaged. So if you don't go on these websites.
Claudia, you don't need Tinder.
No,
you don't need Tinder.
Well, they're creeping me out, these guys.
When
like,
I stop being
really
funny,
weird.
then I'll get on Tinder. But right now, my jokes are my Tinder.
You should see what some of the guys like.
Have you gone on a date with anybody on Tinder yet?
I know.
Have you responded?
I know myself. I will never go. Like, I'll just look, but I won't ever go.
So it's entertainment purposes only right now.
You just teasing motherfuckers.
No, because I really don't like hardly. I don't swipe right on any of them. Like, probably like a few, and then I'm like, I just want to see the rest of their pictures.
So you don't have like a male friend that can hook you up with a male, one of his friends, because that's how you meet people.
Well, I just got out of something really recently, so and then it's the whole thing.
We're rehabbing. Don't worry.
We're rehabbing.
Yeah, we're rehabbing.
It's the only part. I was with someone for a few months, like, you know, most part of the year, the major part of the year, since February actually.
Yeah, but just months. You feel that
good
quick?
dude.
It was fucking
just wasn't
months?
ready.
Huh?
It was just months, and you fell that hard in months?
I am a romantic person. Like, I don't like a lot of people, so when I do...
Thirsty, Claudia.
No, I'm not thirsty.
It just sound that way.
Claudia is a wonderful cat.
Actually, she is. I've been knowing her for a long time, and she's better than that.
Someone that I had a crush on when I was in college. I see him, whatever, around, and then we hooked up, and, like, we went, like, hard. So I liked him, and then I'm at that age.
Oh, so there was a young crush, and you finally got a chance to get him?
Yeah.
Oh shit, ain't nothing wrong with that.
I mean, equally yoked. He's somebody. And
got,
Claudia, when she's with somebody,
paper, right.
well, she's got paper. He's got a little paper. But when she's with somebody, she's all in.
Wait. Well, just say he got paper. Why you got to belittle his paper?
No, I said no. I said
she got paper. He got a little paper.
No, he's got paper. I don't know. It's relative. I'm not saying. I'm not belittling his dough. That was no shade whatsoever. First of all, it's my boy. Okay, so I'm not going to belittle my boy. I'm not going to. No, he's got more money than me, so I'm not going to do that. So I'm not going to belittle his paper. But she also buys gifts and things like that. So. She bought him some. You bought him some
stuff.
Okay.
I ran into him recently.
Because this
I'm sure I thought you was gonna bring that up and clown me, but you didn't.
Yeah. Should I? I should. I really should because I saw it. I'm like the rehab. I'm just trying to help her through this situation.
I won't say his name, but it's the same dude I smoke a cigar with in Beverly Hills.
Bing, 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 bing.
I've only been with one person this year.
Okay, let's move on. The producer's telling us to move on. Maybe you should work in the Denver hospital because you can meet some guy. Oh yeah, our producer. I don't want to hear about her with another man. I don't need to hear about all that stuff.
This segment going too long.
This is he getting upset. He about to cut all our mics off.
Looking at Mike 30 seconds on this segment.
So maybe you should work in the Denver hospital as a nurse because they really got some balls there. Seriously, now check this story out. So 5 nurses at a Denver Health Medical Center got suspended for 3 weeks. Guess what they were doing?
What?
They were admiring one of their patients' genitalia.
What's wrong with that?
They kept looking first of all, he was sick. I guess he's got humongous balls, right? So they were looking at his balls before he died.
Wrong.
And then after he died, they kept going back into the body bag and showing other nurses how big this dude's balls were.
Women don't like balls. I thought y'all like the way the penis look. Y'all don't like balls.
But if it's like some freak of nature stuff, we're going to exploit that and take pictures and put it on Instagram. Why would we not? He's dead, though. What's the problem?
Oh, it's stiff and all that stuff. So you have no problem with that?
No. You guys, listen, they put women on front sheet all day long with our titties, with the ass. So why can't we go, the guy's sick, he's half dead. Like, we can look at his balls. Like, that's probably the most enjoyment he got in a long time.
Well, but you're a nurse. I mean, you got to have some ethics. You got to have some standards. I understand.
And I always thought y'all hated dead dick.
Still,
I mean,
yeah. I've been cussed out before for having a dead dick. So,
dead dick is awful because it makes you feel like it's you.
Really?
Why do women blame that on them? Am I getting fat? No, it's not you. I just had a bad day. I mean, not that happened to me. I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah.
You've had dead dick before.
Plenty of times. Why do you think I quit my job? Listen. Drive me crazy. Viagra is expensive.
I thought because you work with one.
No, she was saying you received it.
Then I'm not saying that. I say that's my cousin. I can't say that.
Wow.
I said because I thought he worked with one.
This podcast is really fucking unstable tonight.
It is. Well, that's what we are. We're unstable.
Yeah, I'm unstable.
Unstable.
I didn't hear the apostrophe D. I didn't hear it.
Okay. I said it.
Unstable.
That's what your crackhead side of the family was saying it then.
That's very disrespectful.
Can we call one of your crackhead family members like I'm on the show?
Call his mama. She's a former crackhead.
He said his mama was the crackhead.
No, she was.
But you know what? Let me see. No, I don't really speak to my father like that. And everybody else.
Do you know where he is?
Yeah, he's in Atlanta. They all had to move into a house in Atlanta.
They all live together in the house? How many live in the house?
About 5 of them. My grandmother sold all their houses before she died. She ran up a whole bunch of debt.
They shooting Big Brother?
No, basically.
Crack edition.
Old ass edition. Grandmother.
No, really, it's about they all in their 70s. They had to get an apartment together in Atlanta. I think my father's moving down there with them too. Herb, him, Donald, and.
Does he have your bike still?
That's very disrespectful. I never did get that bike back though. Why y'all heard?
Oh, really?
I know.
Yeah.
Does he have a job?
I don't know. We don't really
Steve,
talk
like father, like son.
All right. Meanwhile, there's always something strange coming out of Florida. So there's a Florida couple that got arrested for having sex on the beach. You're not supposed to give it to kids, sex on the beach. So a couple got arrested after a man and a woman were on the beach, and he was giving her oral sex on the beach.
What's wrong with that?
Daytime or nighttime?
Daytime, in front of kids,
Boss.
in front of what?
How's he gonna teach him? How's he gonna teach him?
In front of family members. He's there in the middle of the beach, and it's a crowded beach, and family members.
If you can breastfeed in public, how come you can't do that?
Really?
That's a natural thing. See, you breastfeed, that's natural. And
people that don't have kids. People that don't have kids. See, I have kids. I have 2 kids. I don't want that.
Because I cussed at the pool party. That's what you're gonna bring up.
Yeah. This dude right here. We're at a pool party on Labor Day. We're hanging out, whatnot. And kids are already playing in the pool. We go into their space. They're splashing. They're splashing water. And he's like, should I say something to them for splashing water on me? I'm like, they're fucking kids, man. What you worried about?
And see, you lying.
You got to discipline them, man.
See, he lying. I said, should I say something to these little motherfuckers? Because they splashed water on me.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is annoying.
Wow.
Exactly.
But we were in their space. We were over by the cabana at first, and then we walked over and sat down on the chairs.
I'm almost 50. I need to sit down, dude. I need to sit down. They splash on the goddamn water. It's a whole pool right over by us.
I think kids.
You walked over toward them, though. They were there first.
So go to commercial.
I think kids get too much respect in society. Like sometimes they do. Like they're annoying as hell. They piss on themselves. They shit. They're snotty nose. They don't pay any bills. They're obnoxious. They ask the same question over and over. All right.
So you haven't dated a man with kids?
I have, but I'm just saying, like, I agree. Like sometimes they're annoying. They do too much. Like I'm on the plane. You kick in the back of my seat. The fuck is wrong with you? Calm down.
Claudia should know she's drinking enough of them.
Damn. Oh, Ray Lewis want to drink your kid.
But that ain't gonna happen. No.
I'm kidding, Ray. It's just a joke.
You guys show up to the next podcast with number 52 jersey on.
Ain't gonna happen.
Can you bleep the name because I don't want to get knifed up.
Yes, please beep the name.
Oh my gosh.
I don't want to get OJ.
Oh man, you got to get you a man in the Navy because you like semen. Is that what it is?
No, I don't like semen. I don't. I'm like, I'm not into that.
Okay.
Some of y'all niggas need to drink more water.
She got more semen in her belly than Pearl Harbor.
Shut up.
All right, but by the way, that Florida couple, they were not arrested for indecent exposure.
Exactly.
They were arrested for possession of an open container. They had a container of beer.
They're white.
Well, it's Florida.
That's what
it's Florida.
If that was Claudia, they'd have shot them.
Finally, Usher.
Ursha.
He got another bump in the road when it comes to this.
Bump in the road or bump on his genitals. Which one is it?
I'm sorry, little bump in the road.
That's dirty.
So you remember what's her name? Quintasia Sharpton, the lady that came out.
That's the most ghetto name I've ever heard in my life. That's up there.
Guess what color she is, right?
She was built like Bill Parcells.
Oh, I see there.
He like him like that, though.
Not like the old Al Sharpton. Her last name is Sharpton.
She was built terrible. Yeah, she built terrible.
Like John Candy.
You remember, so she's coming out. She's one of the people that says that Usher gave her herpes.
Exposed her
to herpes. He's denying that, saying he never was with it. He couldn't possibly have given her herpes because he wasn't with her.
So he's not denying he had herpes.
Yeah, he just said, hey, I wasn't with this chick. But they were seen at a concert. They said that there is video surveillance of him and going up to her room. And now she's come out and basically said that she has a sex tape of her. Yeah. She got a sex tape.
I know it's a panoramic.
Right.
A wide angle camera, wide angle lens.
It's the first sex tape you got to go to the drive-in.
We fat shaming the girls. Usher may like big girls, man. What's wrong with that?
I got a couple of wooga muggers on my table. Got that.
What do you call them?
Wooga muggers. Why they got to be? There's some beautiful big girls out
Absolutely.
there, man. They don't have to be wooga muggers. What's a wooga mugger?
Some of them are wooga muggers. Mine are wooga muggers.
Oh, wooga muggers. Okay.
I've had a Hindenburg in my day or two.
Why can't we just call people why can't we just say they're fat? Like, oh, it's fat shaming. Oh, it's this shaming. Why?
We live in a politically correct world these
days. Because I like
days.
adjectives.
But all day long, you can say niggas, coons, you can say all kind of derogatory things about black people, but everything else is like, it's something shaming. They don't say we're black shaming, all the bad shit they say about us.
Right.
I just feel like we need to start calling spades a spade. I'm not calling
that was very
spade.
disrespectful. That was her white side.
Right.
We're calling you spade. And it's like, she is fat. She's actually obese.
Yeah,
and it's not healthy.
Yeah, well, it's not.
She needs to work out and eat more.
Let me ask you a question. So when you, I know
that doesn't mean she's lying just because she's fat. By the way,
but when you have that like a STD like that you can't get rid of and stuff like that, right? I mean, and you can't get rid of it, and you want to date other people, and you want to tell them. Is it like a Tinder for like herpes people?
I'm quite sure they got a herpes message board. They got to.
They have to.
Is there?
Because it's like
ain't it against the law
HIV or something like that. I mean, it's
not against the law. Not for herpes.
It's not?
HIV. It's against the law to have sex with somebody and not tell them.
So herpes can't kill you?
No,
herpes can't kill you.
Herpes kills
That's
you.
a misconception.
Herpes
about
is like
luggage. You can't get rid of it.
Like that people have the sores in their mouth.
As a matter of fact, everybody in this room has had herpes at one time or another.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to say.
No. See, you got to understand, it's medical herpes. There are different symptoms for herpes. So if you had a cold sore, you've had herpes.
I've never had a cold sore.
Me neither.
Never.
Okay. But sometimes you have those things inside your mouth, the sores, or
you've never had a cold
canker sores, things like that. You've never had a canker sore.
Never had chickenpox.
Okay, wow. Okay.
Never had mumps. What
it mean when your penis bleed?
You means you're
going through menopause.
Yeah, you're with the wrong people. That's what it means. Hey, but you know,
that means you put it out somebody's ass.
You guys into anal?
Oh,
Not at all.
No, there are too many oral other crevices for me to put it in besides the anus.
Yeah, I put it in your armpit before I put it in.
Yeah. I mean, you got
just shave. Make sure you shave. Steve
I felt
loves
somebody here. I felt something was coming over there.
Yeah.
I'm on Facebook. Leave me out this shit.
When it comes to Usher, though, now with everything that's going on, because I actually saw him. You were at Kevin Hart weekend in Vegas, and Kevin Hart was on stage, and he came out. And I was like, man, it's Usher. But the first thing that came to my mind wasn't like, oh, he's a great entertainer, a great singer, he can dance, whatever. First thing that came to my mind is like, man, I wonder how the crowd is reacting to him. And they weren't like, women weren't going crazy when Usher came to the stage. Is there a different perception you think now that people have of when they see Usher?
I think so. Even though if you do the research, like if you look online, the percentage of people that have it is really, really high. Like,
it's out there.
Like about 10 years ago in New York City, I remember seeing a study that said like 28% of people in New York had it.
Yeah.
But
and now it's like
50.
So instead of just throwing panties on stage, throw cream.
Right. Herpessin.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's one of those things that there's so many people that allegedly have it, but no one ever says they have it. So everyone's like, most people are just lying.
All right, I'm going to tell my story. A true story.
You got herpes?
Story. No, I don't have herpes. I don't have any. I get tested.
But you've had it before.
I've had herpes simplex,
Okay.
the cold sores. I've done that.
I'm just
telling you. I'm going to tell the truth. So I was dating this girl a long time ago, really into her, hanging out. We was in bed. We had just done it, did the thing. We go together. We're cool and stuff like that. We're watching television late at night. And a commercial comes on. And the commercial comes on. Commercial is one of those commercials about, prescription medication for people with herpes and whatever and stuff like that.
Funny.
So they got actors and stuff like that there. And I'm like, wow, man, I could never do that. I could never be an actor. As much as I want to be an actor, I would never be in a herpes commercial for that. I looked at her. I was like, could you ever do anything like that? She says, I just started crying.
She had it.
And I'm like, what's wrong? She said, I got something to tell you.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then when she finished the story, did she say, we got it now?
No. So, then, your whole life, flashes in front of you. Because I'm thinking, because you're not educated. You think because you've had sex with this person.
Sweet 16.
Now I think I got it because I've had unprotected sex with her. And then I go in the bathroom, I just look at myself in the mirror. I'm like,
why?
Yeah, exactly. All that.
Me, God?
And then I come back out. But
Why
damn.
me? God, why me? I go to church.
I think you got it.
I think
That seems very real. Like
28% of the room, someone here got it.
So I went back and I talked to her and I got educated though. And she said, no, it doesn't happen like that. So you got to have an outbreak. If she has an outbreak or whatever, then it's,
Oh, so it's dormant.
Yeah, it's dormant. It goes dormant. It goes dormant most of the time.
So it's like your father.
You don't really see him. He don't come around that much.
He was a doormat. This is my father.
No, your mom was a doormat.
Oh, God.
The reason why they say it's so hard to cure it is because it goes dormant and it's like it hibernates, I guess you'd say, by your spine. So it's kind of hard to chase the virus.
Right.
So supposedly there's
like
a few,
chasing your tail.
I guess. So some of these natural doctors like Dr. Sabi that was murdered by the police, a lot of these doctors, they were finding ways to cure it. They say allegedly that's why Left Eye was in Honduras to try to cure it. And that these natural doctors have been finding there's ways to cure it, like they clean the blood.
There's too much money in the medical and the medicine industry.
I had a girl tell me that one time, and that's what stopped me from doing that whole, being on tour and, after the show and pick up a girl, because this one girl, she was honest before anything happened. And I was like, ooh.
She told she had it.
She told me she had it.
That's what made you stop?
That's what made me stop. Like
mine was a fake rape charge made me stop. Like, I quit after they started lying on people. I'm like, I'm out.
Oh, yeah. It's
just like,
a fake rape charge?
Yeah, they don't play.
Yeah, extorted, didn't you?
Yeah, no, she tried to extort me, but I had a powerful lawyer. I panicked and went and got the NFL joint, get all the players, Keith Robinson. I went and hired him and got it done. It cost me a lot of money, but it is what it is. These women ain't playing, man.
This is a good segue because now it's one of my favorite segments because people always want to know how to get with a woman like Claudia Jordan. It's time for another edition of Jordan Rules.
Oh.
I think that you should let it burn.
Oh, wow. Why that song? Right. That's not the way to get with Claudia.
Right.
That's my sister, so I would tell you right now, that's not the way to get with my sister.
Put on some Teddy P. That was wrong.
Yeah, put on. Take it off. Take it off.
Right. Go to commercial and play that back all over again.
Come on, man.
Do that in editing.
So I'm not that prepared because I was doing something all day. But anyways, I guess this week's Jordan Rules, we're talking about deal breakers. Like, I like to know what relationship deal breakers are for you guys. Like, if you find the girl that's perfect for you, you love everything about her, but then she tells you this one thing, or she does this one thing, what is it that you cannot and you absolutely couldn't put up with? Anyone have anything?
Go ahead.
Sports for me. I tell women all the time, I love sports so much. It's like, if you ain't into sports, I ain't into you.
Really?
You got to understand, my love for sports. If I understand your estrogen, you understand my ESPN, goddamn.
What if they don't understand sports, but they just had sex with a lot of athletes?
Well, she got Sports Center then.
Right?
All right, Steve.
Steve has no deal breakers.
No, my deal breaker is only if you cheat on me. That's it. Other than that, I mean, I can deal with your emotions and all that other stuff.
Have you ever cheated on a woman before?
Yeah, not Carly. I mean,
double standard.
Besides Carly, every woman I've ever dated, I've cheated on. So this is why this is a real relationship to me. Where I'm being
look at you change,
pussy.
Man, I'm trying to do the right thing. I want to make this really work. I'm gonna go all in and try and listen and do the things that men don't pay attention to. I'm trying.
When was the last time a woman cheated on you? Have you been hurt when a woman has?
Yes, I dated this girl, Sean. We was kicking it for a while, and it was funny because I was on the road cheating on her.
Karma.
And she went somewhere.
That doesn't really count if you cheating on her too. I mean, it doesn't really count if she's cheating on you. Like, if it's the same.
I guess
it shouldn't hurt if
I guess
you
you're watching Shakira, huh?
Seriously, when Guy was married, like, I used to be a dirtbag, and like when he was like towards the end, I was trying to get him to cheat. He still wouldn't cheat.
Wow, Guy.
No, Guy was a good dude. He wouldn't. I was trying my best to get this nigga to cheat.
Why would you do that?
Because he was he was about to leave.
Because his dad cheated on his mom.
Well, they were never technically together.
I was trying to get him to go out with me bras, and he was like, because he was about to say it's over anyway. So I'm like, so it don't count. Then come on, let's go get it.
Weren't you celibate towards the end?
I was celibate before.
That's what marriage is.
But I was celibate before I got married, but I had more pussy when I was celibate than when I was married. No, I was celibate before I met. That's how I met my ex, because I wasn't trying to fuck.
3 years. Not months.
You went 3 years without?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was celibate. I was celibate, but
so you were sticking it in the butt?
No, I was sucking titty.
Wow.
That don't count.
No, it's like fingering. You can be intimate.
Mike, what's your deal breaker?
My deal breaker is first and foremost, you got to believe in God. You don't believe in God, then I can't deal with you. To be in a relationship, I can hang out with you, we can do things, but I met this beautiful woman about a year and a half ago. Gorgeous. She worked on the pole and all that stuff. She was a third grade teacher.
What happened?
Well, she did pole dancing.
I thought maybe she took poles like for the election.
No. She worked, but she was in shape. She was fine, man, and she was a third grade teacher, whatever, and everything was going. But she just didn't believe in God, man. We couldn't move forward. Yeah,
that's amazing coming from the devil, boy.
Yeah, well, hey, man, I need people that have God in their life to bring me back over to the other side. Yeah.
My deal breaker, and I think a lot of men need to pay attention to this because I've been having this conversation with a couple of my girls. It's being able to fight fair. Like, we could be mad at each other, but I think what you say or do during an argument. You can't really get those words back. If you say certain things where you really cross the line, there's no way of coming back from that. We can pretend that things are cool, but it's always going to be.
Give me an example.
One of my friends, she's going through a breakup, and the guy just came at her and just called her a name, called her a trashy slut.
Oh,
and
shit.
she didn't, but she's not a trashy slut.
She wasn't acting like one?
She wasn't acting like one, and he was very immature and childish, and he really hit her below the belt. Now, a lot of women. Most women, and this is on a serious note, have dealt with some kind of sexual abuse in their life.
Absolutely.
It's the majority of us. And I've been through it more than once. Most women have been raped or molested, so we already have a thing in us where we're sensitive about being called a slut or, just reputation. So when you're supposed to be my protector and the man that I trust my body with, my heart, and that's the thing that you want to hurt me with. Right. It says a lot about you. It says a lot that you will not protect my heart. You do not have my best interest at heart, and you'll say anything to win a fight.
Now, I fight dirty when it comes to anybody outside of my relationship. When I'm in a relationship, I don't fight dirty like that because when someone trusts you with that information, that's vital.
Right. Yeah.
You can't just You can't do that to them.
Can't be all out in public. That's why you lick my booty and put all our business out.
Right.
That ain't never happened to y'all.
I mean, but like, so if you do it in private, not in public, but if you do it privately, because I've been through two divorces.
Throw it back in their face.
I've been through 2 divorces, and I understand you're exactly right. You shouldn't do that, because if there's something that's going on in your relationship that happened in the past, and they told you something in confidence, and then you throw it back in their face later.
Can't do that.
Yeah, and I've done that before, and I'm guilty of that.
You can't, like, I remember, yeah.
And you can't do I told you so. Mm-hmm. Because I went through marriage counseling.
Take your victories.
And I went through marriage counseling. And everything I was trying to, tell, my ex that what was wrong with the relationship, wasn't hearing it. But when we went to marriage counseling, and then the marriage counselor was saying the exact same thing, I wanted to be like, I was biting my tongue. I didn't have a tongue for 2 weeks.
You wanted to.
I wanted to say like this exact same shit I said, but you could never say that.
Let the other person do it.
And you never keep score in relationships.
So
you never say I did this and I did that.
Her boyfriend called her a slut. Is cannot get her number. She has self-esteem issues right now.
God.
Kind of help her through her situation.
You need to stop preying on the weak. How about that?
Wounded deer. He like the wounded deer.
I call that vulturing. You niggas like to vulture.
He's a cheater. That mother be in the bushes doing his shoulders.
I'm telling you, I'm looking.
I feel like people can be so mean in arguments. That's why your daddy wasn't around or whatever.
Can I be honest with you? I think there's so many women out there that says they want a good man. They want a good man. They want to settle down. They want to find that good. Then when a good man presents themselves, they want to go back to the bad boy.
Okay, hold on, Mike. Let's flip the script. There's so many men who say they want a real woman and a good woman, and then we'll cheat on the good one with a scapegoat.
Hey man, leave Mike out of this. Don't you ever
so this
put
don't
that
put
man.
On women. We do the same shit.
I understand. I get that.
Do the
but
same
I'm saying,
thing.
yeah, but
put Mike
so
business
say
out there.
But so people then don't say women. Say people do that.
When you get the opportunity, when you have a good man, I understand if you got a good woman or whatever. What I'm saying is there are women out there that might be in a bad relationship. Like, I can't find a good man. Then a good man is right in front of them and trying to prove that they want to spend some time with them, some quality time. They don't want to.
But that doesn't mean that they're attractive. Just because they're a good man doesn't mean that she's attracted to him. It's otherwise you faking it and you're lying.
I've met good men that I just wasn't attracted to. I'm like, I wish I was.
Is that the case? So you think he's a good man, but you're not the person might not be attracted to you.
So the chemistry wasn't there at all.
Exactly.
Sometimes.
It's chemistry.
Or, a lot of times I think there's great men, there's great women, and bad, right? Sometimes the good girl gets with the bad guy. He destroys her heart, and then after that, she becomes a bad woman to the next guy who's a good guy, and it's a cycle.
Yeah,
and that's
Mike
what
Hill
happens.
destroyed a lot of women like that.
Wow, man, this is like dump on Mike. Look, for real, I'll never be able to get
Mike,
a woman now.
what is going on with you? So were you some kind of like sex addict or something like that?
I was nothing like that. Don't let these guys, damage. Don't let them damage my reputation.
Do you know how many women you've been with? Do you know the number? Yeah, I'm not asking you to tell us, but do you know the number?
Come on now.
No, does anybody? I don't know if anybody knows the number.
Is it over 200?
Of course, all of us have been over 200.
Like sex, like intercourse.
Sex,
of course.
whatever.
Yeah. He a grown man. Of course, you slept with over 200 women. Stop.
Have you really?
Take the number. Of course.
I haven't been with 200 women.
Stop it, Mike.
I haven't been with 200 women.
Really?
First of all, I was married for a long time to 2 women for over 20 years.
Okay,
all right?
so that took you out of the game.
So that took me out of the game for a long time. I've been single for 5 years. So
Two of your wives had multiple personalities, so that
So that's at least 16 bitches right there.
In my first marriage, I wasn't the greatest guy in the world. So I'm just saying.
Really? What happened?
Yeah, I wasn't great. I'll tell you.
Did you have facial hair back then?
I did. I actually had a mustache.
He was on a black station.
So
I had a mustache. I had the goatee and everything.
Exactly. You got goody two shoes when you shave your facial hair off. So that's usually how it goes.
Started making money. When you start making money, you got to.
What happened to the second wife?
A little bit, huh?
What happened to the second wife?
Damn,
just things didn't work out. Things didn't work out. You'll soon find out when you get married.
Yeah.
I ain't get married.
It won't work out.
I ain't get married.
You're not gonna get married?
I doubt it.
Your first
damn
your first
Get
divorce.
out of here,
Dude.
Y'all live together. You haven't
we
been
live in the
dating a
same.
year and you live together already.
Yeah, we live together.
Yeah, you live together. She picked out everything in your place. You was shot. Come on, you gonna get married. If you should marry, she's a good woman. Why not marry her?
Because
she's a good woman.
It's the end of the podcast.
Is it really?
She's a good woman. You should marry her.
We got to kick somebody out of the neighborhood.
Steve got a good woman.
You hear that beat coming?
No. So we gonna kick somebody out of the neighborhood real quick. Because before we go, because we got to go back to the whole thing. Because one of the things I didn't bring up the whole Colin Kaepernick situation was, one of my colleagues. So Steve, it's time for you to kick somebody out of the neighborhood before we roll up out of here, man. It's time for your neighborhood watch. Who are your candidates?
Who do we want first? Because first
you
of all,
tell us. It's your segment, dude.
Damn.
So
Hey, stop talking. I'm doing this by committee. Listen, Michael Whitlock.
Jason Whitlock.
Jason Whitlock is not very popular around us. He did a sketch on Fox Sports. Fox Sports 1.
It wasn't a sketch. It was a picture he put out.
It was a picture he put up with a friend of ours, well, somebody that we know, where he was just like Colin Kaepernick with an afro, and it was a brother dressing.
You can say who it is.
You sure I can say it?
Yeah, TMZ is reporting it was Christopher Reed, Kid from Kid.
Yeah,
so he play.
That's our dude.
And he kind of played himself really bad. And everybody that knows Jason Whitlock, he ain't with us.
No
at
one
all.
likes Jason Whitlock.
He's not with us at all. This brother be saying some of the craziest stuff and disrespecting his own people. And I'm kind of shocked that Kid played with the picture, but that's a whole nother story. So that's the brother I'm voting for to be out of our neighborhood. And then we also have Blacks for Trump, this dude that was standing behind Donald Trump with the 3 aliases. I don't know what's his real name. It was Michael something. It was
Michael Black Man.
Yeah, but this brother. First of all, who in the fuck says blacks for Trump? We don't even talk like you would just
Claudia?
say.
You call your boy up.
The blacks. Yeah, the blacks. I like the blacks.
Really, who says this? So you can tell that sign was written. So I mean, it's between the Black Trump guy or Blacks for Trump or Jason Whitlock. I'm personally voting for Jason Whitlock because I think that's probably. I'm standing with Cap, and to see this fool do this, and Kid, I'm gonna leave him out of it because I think he was drunk. But I'm just gonna leave it like that. I'm voting right now for Whitlock.
Well, here's the thing: the Black Trump guy is a guy who's at a lot of Trump rallies from last year to this year. He also is a convicted, he
has 2 felonies.
2 felonies, a convicted felon,
3
things like that.
aliases.
So I think
what's his crime?
Was it larceny?
He got a bunch of
larceny,
real crime.
false identification,
And he's standing
things like that.
behind the president of the United States.
The second most powerful man in the world. He's standing.
I think this dude is for hire. I think Trump
Putin
team hired him to do that shit so they can have some black people stand behind them. Jason Whitlock is just, has been cooning for a long time. So I'm kicking Jason Whitlock out.
Wow.
Okay.
CJ?
The Blacks for Trump guy, who gives a shit about him? He's a loser. I feel like, what else can he do for money? He's
Republican.
Multi-convicted felon, 2-time convicted felon. I don't even know if he's really black. I feel like he's a dark-skinned Indian.
Me too.
He does look like that.
You know what I mean?
Cat Williams' daddy, one of them.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's just looking for a check. He's lost. He's a loser.
Yeah.
And he's someone that Trump would never even deal with in real life. So he's less of a danger to me because he's just one of many coons that are just paid to go to those rallies.
Right.
As opposed to Jason Whitlock, who has a platform and he is shucking and jiving for the white man. Like, I hate the kind of black man.
Same thing.
I hate the kind of black men that are like, I'll do that job.
Right.
And trash my people on network television. And then you gleefully do that job. I think that's more damaging. I think I don't even know if he believes what he says. I think he just does it for a check, and that makes it even worse.
He has a broader audience than the Trump guy.
He does. The Trump guy, I don't even know his name.
Platform.
They say he'd do it for white applause. But anyway.
And I agree with everything Claudia said. The guy, he works with me, obviously. And, we had a little bit of a beef earlier this year when we had a little bit of Twitter. I went off on him because of what he said.
He had a lot of beef.
Because of his comments about LeBron James not being subjected to racism because of his tax bracket. So I went off. I let my feelings be heard. Everybody kind of knows how I feel about Jason Whitlock. I never say anything. Guys, I've been doing this for 22 years. I don't go off on other sportscasters. I don't. But on him, I did. Now, I work at Fox Sports 1, so I got to be careful about what are the things I say. And one of the things I did do
is family.
I called and told them how I felt about this. And they assured me that wasn't them. They said to me, you know what, we would never approve anything like that. That was all on him. But I also told them that, he used our studio and he said that he was, part of FS1, which reflects terrible on us as Fox already, because I already have to defend us, Fox, because when I tell somebody I work at Fox, they look at me like I'm crazy.
They think Fox News.
They think Fox News.
Which is not.
Even though we're still owned by the same company, we're still a different entity. We're Fox Sports, and we're supposed to have a different attitude. So, obviously who I'm kicking out of the neighborhood will not. But hopefully, once again, like you said, he's got that platform. And it's dangerous and it's reckless and it's just something that we shouldn't have to tolerate.
And I just have a problem with fat people criticizing athletes. You know what I mean?
Fat shaming.
I know when you're a fat guy and you criticize athletes, I'm like, you can't do it. Was he an athlete back in the day?
This motherfucker can't even tie
He played
his
at Ball
shoes.
State. He played football at Ball State.
Back in the day. Yeah, he played at Meatball State.
All right, guys. We got to wrap up this podcast.
This is the first of all, I want to say this. This is our first unanimous person that we kicked out of our
he's
neighborhood.
Irritating.
So first unanimous, Whitlock it is. So
all right.
All right.
So that's gonna wrap up another edition of the Unstable
late night edition.
The late, it's really late in
and
here.
Floyd didn't. He's
still upstairs, I believe. We were waiting for Floyd. Floyd Mayweather was gonna come in. Well, maybe one day we'll come in on a Wednesday and have Floyd Mayweather in here.
Why don't we do that?
A 6-hour interview. I've
been in since 2:00.
Hey, he's retired now. He can talk as long as he wants.
Thank you so much for being troopers, guys. Once again, it's been a great podcast. Steve Wilson. Hope you get a job next week. The coming week. Got Tori, best of luck on the road, of course, and Claudia Jordan, everything you're doing. We love you. You're my sister. You're beautiful. And my man, Jerron, please try and get that number from Claudia before the end of the night. She knows she likes the young dudes, man.
Hilarious.
So we'll check you out next week on the Unstable Podcast. Keep it locked.